I remember where I was last time. Excuse me. All right. So here we go. So if you're a fan of music, fan of Drake or whatever, let's just get back into this lawsuit because I know you want to know about and you want to analyze you want to break down of what this lawsuit means and if there's a case. Because let's be real here, yeah. Anyone can file a lawsuit, but whether you can file a lawsuit and actually get it through to the courts is another thing. I was meant to do this before and I literally forgot, but it's fine. Let's keep moving on. Anyway, so UMG agreed yielded real world consequences as described above. It was just day three, it was just 3 days after UMG originally published the recording and image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders in 2024, equivalent of Pizzagate. That was what I was meant to do as well. So we are going to look into what is Pizzagate. Just a quick one. Just a quick one. Yeah, just a real quick one. So bear with me for a few seconds. So we're gonna go. What is pizza? Do you know what I mean? What is Pizzagate? There you go. Look, we can't trust Wikipedia. Well, can we? Pizzagate is a conspiracy theory that went viral during 2016. United States presidential election cycle, falsely claiming that the New York City Police Department had discovered a ring linked to members of the Democratic Party. Because I remember they also mentioned because there was the WikiLeaks. That's where it came from. The WikiLeaks. I'm not even gonna click on anything else. And the only reason why is because I am not trying to get my this channel, shadow banned or striked or whatever. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah. I just thought it would be a wise idea to give you a brief synopsis of what a Pizzagate is and what it alludes to. You get it? So anyway, but I do remember about the WikiLeaks, and I do remember it was even before 2016. If I'll be completely real with you, do you know what I mean? Like it was definitely before that, and then they had I definitely remember because it wasn't just about Hillary Clinton. So I'm gonna be careful with the names I'm mentioning. The names they mentioned the Democrat Party. I can more or less just say that, but then at the same time, there were certain other names that were mentioned. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I won't even go too deep into it, yeah, but let's just say at the end of the day, you had one pointing the finger about someone else. You know what I mean? And that let me chill. Let's get back into this one. But now you know what that is. So let's get back into the exact sentences. Uh so wow, that is all one sentence by the way. Wow. UMG's greed yielded real world no. So as described above, it was a 3 days after UMG originally published the recording and image that Drake was targeted at his Toronto house by armed intruders in 2024, equivalent of Pizzagate. The online response was similarly violent and hateful, and an avalanche online hate speech has branded Drake a offender and PDF file, among other epithets. Here's the thing. Um, Actually, let's just carry on. No, but here's the thing. I don't recall seeing a hate speech towards him. That's one thing. And yeah, I don't recall seeing that. I genuinely don't recall seeing that. I just recall most people saying how Kendrick destroyed Drake, and you know what I mean, like, and and it's funny because if those I'm not saying that that doesn't exist because I haven't seen it, but like um I do recall some of Drake's fans trying to say that thing was a domestic abuse. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I do recall that. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying that because I'm a Kendrick fan, But I'm just saying that based on what I personally see. Like, if I could pull up more evidence, you know I would. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, public commentary has repeated the false claims that Drake is a PDF file and an SA abuser, um, on the level of Weinstein, Diddy, and Epstein, who Aubrey, hold on. This is what I'm gonna show you more evidence. No, this is why you know this is. And let's keep it moving because there's a lot to go for. And we're still on page 7. Um, who traffic children in shipping containers and harbors convicted ex-offenders in Toronto home. In his direct response, UMG's publication, social media users called the Federal Bureau of Investigation to come at this point on for Drake and lock up and behind bars. I mean, I'll be real. I did say if these are true, then he should be behind bars. But I said that only based on the simple fact that, hang on, 1 plus 1 is 2. And what I mean by that is, if you see my reaction video to like the whole timeline of the whole beef that was going on, or the battle, should I say, you would have realized I again showed evidence. Now, as far as evidence goes as well, here we're gonna go again. Um, here we go again. Let me just show you something real quick. Hang on. Give me a second. Like Drake really thinks like the good thing about life, yes, or the internet and social media is, especially the internet. The internet doesn't forget. You understand? It doesn't forget. And I'm not trying to discredit his lawsuit. I'm just literally going based on face value and going based on what I'm seeing. Yeah. And if I know the information to be not true, then I can be like, okay, this isn't true based on, or I can say, oh, this is true based on. Like, you see what I'm gonna say? I'm not against Drake or for Drake in this lawsuit. Do I think it's wrong they filed a lawsuit? 100%. It's a rap battle. You lost. Take the L, bruv. Take the L. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, and this is the other thing. Like, he wanted to use Tupac's AI as a form of. Sorry, let me just go. Like, like, like he wanted to use Tupac's likeness, voice, and all that stuff there, and he has a Tupac ring as well. So when you think about it, didn't Tupac in his own situation when he got, you know, and he decided situation in 1994, did he file a lawsuit? No. In fact, he was going through his own lawsuit. You know what I mean? Where he was accused of something. You know what I mean? So that like man was all bandaged up and all sorts, rolled into the court in a wheelchair and stuff like that. And like, listen, anyway, he didn't file a lawsuit against believe that participated in injuring him. Like, he could have easily done that. He already called out what's his name? Stretch. Big Stretch. You understand? To the point where some people would be like, nah, it can't be Ed Stretch. You can't be, sorry, I forget what. But it can't be Big Stretch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can't be, do you know what I mean? But it's like, you put the two and two together. Like, anyway, I won't even go too deep into it. That's another day for another subject. But the point I'm trying to make is that time he was beefing with Biggie as well because of that situation. And he could have easily sued Biggie. He could have sued Irony. He could have sued Diddy as well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you understand. Drake is just a sore loser. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, and obviously I know I'm talking about different kinds of, okay, yeah, that was the 90s, and okay, yeah, the beef didn't really start then. There was no beef like during that time. Although it started at that time, the beef between Biggie happened after, like, because of that, not an escalation because of that. If that makes any sense. Anyway, let me see something. So basically, All right, boom, here we go. So, remember he referenced, or his lawyer or attorney, whatever, referenced Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah? Remember. But in the Heart Part 6, which was released after, not like us, what did he say? He said, let's see what he says. He says, this is always in my way. Like, I may see that video another time, but not today. All right, not today. Anyway, Drake likened to the PDF file allegation to a level of Jeffrey Epstein, an American financier and S offender who in 2019 got arrested for S trafficking of minors in Florida and New York. The Epstein angle leveled on him by Kendrick Lamar is something Drake expected. You mean you expected that, Drake? You expected that, but you still couldn't respond back in a way like, or prevent it. In fact, because remember in the Tupac AI, what's it, Taylor made, he did also told Kendrick to mention about that angle there. So obviously, okay, we hold that. I hold my hands up. You did expect that because you did say that. All right, but the problem is this: when you think about it, and then when you hear the lyrics from Kendrick Lamar, he doesn't even call him that verbatim. Like I know we hear the word, we literally hear the word, but if you put the lyrics together, it has nothing. You know what I mean? It's not direct, but we understand. Yes, it's a diss song directly to Drake, but at the same time, he did mention other people. You know what I mean? Because what? What about when he said that Party Next Door is playing with his nose down? You know what I mean? What about that? Like I rest my case. Like there's anyway. Let's keep moving. See, look. See, here we go. The Epstein angle levied on him by Kendrick Lamar is something Drake expected, mentioned, and even goaded Lamar into doing beforehand on tailor-made freestyle. That clearly wasn't a freestyle. That was something. Where we are. Hold on. Okay, so he says, F this Canadian Alaskan, don't talk to him about liking young girls. That's a gift from me. Heard on the bottom podcast. It's got to be true. See, again, you're not doing yourself any favors, Drake. You're just not doing yourself any favors. If you're saying you heard that on the Joe Budden podcast, now you're bringing Joe Budden into it. So now you're saying if Joe Budden knows this information beforehand, then like now he's got to prove that the defamation against him isn't true. That's clearly what's got to happen, right? But anyway, let's just read the lyrics properly. It says, "Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the ish I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. You see, TikTok videos. Again, the videos. If you look at the videos, we're looking at the situation of seeing things at face value. The point to the point where in one video he's mentioning like he will go to jail. You know what I mean? He in the end he found out about the girl's age, and he still did what he did. He found out afterwards and still did what he did. And I know some of you may argue, yeah, but in that state at that time, the laws, this, that, and no, relax. If he knew deep down and he said it out of his mouth, you know what I mean? Listen, all I'm saying is there's some things in life, yeah, where if you can't see on an act like you haven't or you haven't say you can't have this reason. You just can't have this reason. Let's get back into this real quick though, because you're still on page 7 and we're probably gone past 10 minutes on this, talking about one particular page. Crazy work. Um, the mob-like response, the irony in most of his songs, has he not always talked about having the mob with him or being part of the mob? Aubrey. Anyway, this mob-like response. Hold on, I need to make sure I can actually. This mob-like response to the recording continues to unfold on and offline. Recently, flyers were plastered all over Toronto with a photo of Drake and a Canadian YouTuber who was sentenced to 3 years in prison for an S assault with the words Canadians S predators gotta stick together. Now, what's that got to do with this lawsuit? See, here's the other thing, because you have to bear in mind, Drake is homes in Canada. He's got homes in LA. Well, he did have a home in LA. I think he did, if I remember. He had homes in fact, he did, because he was trying to sell it after the beef as well. Funny enough, but the point I'm trying to make is, you have to look at it and be like, okay, well, he didn't necessarily say, like, I keep on saying he didn't say it verbatim, like directly. I know. Anyway, I don't even know. To the point where he's telling people, "Oh, you must be a vigilante and do a citizen's arrest. You must take the law into your own hands." He never said anything like that. Nothing. And listen, yeah, I know videos can paint. You can look at videos and you can interpret it in different ways. Because even me, I didn't get the container bit. I never understood it, and I still don't understand it. Even though they may say, "Yeah, that's what it means," it may not mean that unless Kendrick Lamar says it out of his own mouth, or Dave Free was to say it out of his own mouth, or whoever directed the video, whoever came up with the concept, whoever came up with the idea, says it directly. This is what it means. Then you just got to take their word for it. And if they have to find ways to prove it and show it, then cool, whatever. Because you don't just use those containers for that specific thing. Let's think about it. Anyway. And obviously, if you stand by someone that's also does the same thing, or I say same thing, that you're being accused of, that's not necessarily your fault, is it? If you didn't know that person was like that, fair enough, understandable to a degree, but at the same time, when it comes down to your own self, you got to be accountable. Be like, at this time, I took this picture with this person. I didn't know. Like, we can look at the timeline. I ain't like that. I didn't know. Here's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, so you can put the picture up there if you want to, but how many criminals have you been standing by next to? I rest my case. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with the palpable physical threat to Drake's safety and bombarded of online harassment. Online harassment? Is that what we're doing now, Drake? Aubrey, the same guy. This is why Kendrick said in that song, "Not like us." Why are you trolling like aren't you tired? You're trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. The reason why he said those bars, those lyrics, he said those lyrics because ever since the start of the battle, ever since, Drake has been trolling and taunting, technically harassing Kendrick Lamar to actually make a song, to respond back. And yeah, you can say, okay, fair enough. That's just within the battle, the limits of the battle. Fair enough, cool. But isn't it not hypocritical to say this in a lawsuit? It's very hypocritical. Plus, when you think about it, let's put it for another perspective. When you think about it, like, yes, people on the internet, on social media are going to troll now and again. They're going to do that. It's what it is. It's social media. You know what I mean? It's social media. People go on there for fun and to enjoy themselves. Simple as that. Like, after a hard day at work or college or school or whatever, they go online to enjoy themselves or to learn new information. You know what I mean? That's as simple as it gets, really. Yeah. So when you think about the context of, like, I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong. It's all within context. Yeah. And this is the other thing. Like, some people must say, "Oh, Drake lost because," you know what I mean. Like the same way I could be like, "Oh, Drake is weak." You know what I mean? It could sound like a rap. Well, no, that's not technically harassment. If I was to message them directly, be like, "Oh, you're weak," that's harassment. That's different. Okay, I think I'm finally understanding, and now we finally understanding what the difference is. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving because we're still on page 8. To school attending to Toronto. So basically, Drake's safety, just security himself and family and his friends. After the attack on his house, Drake pulled his son out of elementary school to be attended in Toronto due to safety concerns. And once school ended for the summer, Drake arranged for his son and mother to live in Toronto entirely. Day to day, Drake continues to take steps to address persistent threats to his security. Okay, I understand about protecting, the mother of your child and your child as well. I understand that, and I fully respect that. But if you're trying to blame blame all of this on the song "Not Like Us," then you, sir, I can't say you is a very you got a lot to learn, and what you got to learn is accountability, and that's the thing in life. Again, I'm giving lessons here as well. Um, the lesson in this particular situation is you have to be accountable for your own actions. Like, I know the response to it's a massive responsibility to be able to make sure you find a way to protect, your family. Yeah, it's a massive responsibility. So I will never ever disrespect anyone who's trying to do that. But when you are the one that is trying, like when you are the one that's not taking accountable for your own action for putting your family's life at risk, and then you're trying to blame it on someone else, nah, dog, can't accept that. What did I say? Nah, Crowley, can't accept that. You know what I mean? Can't tolerate that. Anyway, uh, and this is again, there's a hole in this lawsuit because he started it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He started it, and then also so far, what is the link between that incident and the song? The only thing that links is the date of the release. Like, even when I think about that house, that picture, right? I mean, look, I never in my life would have, like, who's gonna put that into Google and be like, oh, this is Drake's house? And in the first place, I get it. Some people, it's easy to find. Some people are tech savvy and they can find certain things online quickly. That's them. But can he prove that the person that pulled that trigger is the person that was doing it on a vigilante thing? Can he prove that? I don't think he can. Because why would someone all the way in Canada do that? Why would they? And this is the other thing, like, if they knew this in the first place, because this information is not new. This is the other thing. Despite Kendrick, because like if like we know Drake brought it up in his own self. He brought it up in own self. So it's not a new information. Anyway, so nothing, and that's the thing. Did anything happen then? This is what we need to ask. Or should the lawyer or attorney, whatever, ask? Did anything happen then? And you gotta think about it. You like he mentioned it in a song. I'm not just talking about towards Kendrick Lamar either. I'm literally talking about before then. So if he's mentioned it before, has there been uh, uh, a breach of security risking his life and his family's life? Yes or no? If there haven't, we don't have a case here because And if they have, we still don't have a case here because they're two different timelines. Just saying. Anyway, the violence and vitriol directed at Drake was foreseeable. Ready now? The recording falsely accuses Drake of one of the most vile behaviors imaginable and explicitly calling for retaliatory violence and retribution against him. No, like what lyric? I need leave your answer in the comments below. What lyric are they talking about? Obviously, then we're gonna get into it and we'll find out. But I can't recall any lyric from the song "Not Like Us" where Kendrick is saying that retribution is to happen against him, violence and retribution is to happen. He never said anything. Anyway, the false pedoph. Ooh, pedicure, pedicure, cheese, pedicure. I'm being careful the word I'm saying. The false PDF file accusations is a devastatingly offensive, yeah, no, devastatingly effective method of assassinating someone's character online. I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it. Just saying. And if it doesn't fit, you don't have to wear it. And like, this is the other thing. If it's not true, then just you can easily brush that off and be like, I know this ain't true. So, like, I know he's talking cap. You know what I mean? The same way. This look. I'm gonna give you one prime example, and this is how you can learn from this Kendrick. Learn from Kendrick in regards to this. If you're gonna compare the two, the same way he was accused of something, that's also, can do damage to someone's career. Don't get that twisted. Or damage to someone's livelihood. Don't get that twisted. Or do you know what I mean? And although he's never called for someone to take certain actions, one of his friends, Drake's friends, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He basically wanted to harm Kendrick. Do you know what I mean? What is Drake saying about that? He ain't saying nothing about that. Anyway, when and technically in a rap battle, you are trying to assassinate someone's character technically. You know what I mean? Technically, because you're trying to win the battle, but you don't need to. Like a lot of people, I'm not saying you don't need to lie, but you have to understand. Drake is lit. In fact, Drake was right when he said, hey, "I fed you the information." Yes, you did because of the actions you took. That the real actions you took, not the fake actions by feeding the information. The actions you took with the information that Kendrick fed on and said, "You know what? This is good food. I'm gonna cook and I'm gonna serve while it's hot." And listen, the dessert is coming later. That's what I'm saying. I could be wrong though, but the dessert is coming later. But anyway, that's how you know I'm a lyricist. See how I broke that down just there. Anyway, where is we? The violence and vitriol directed at Drake was foreseeable. The recording falsely accuses Drake of one of the most vile behaviors imaginable and explicitly calls retaliatory violence and retribution against him. The false PDF file as accusation is devastatingly effective method of assassinating someone's character online. When you spread virally, the accusations can destroy an individual's reputation and a brand in a matter of days. One expert on conspiracy theories has explained, there's always been a certain amount of salaciousness in conspiracy theories, and if it involves children, people immediately just lose their mind, even if those children don't exist. If you just put out the suggestion there, it grabs a hold in a way that it's difficult to dislodge. Um, it's easy to dislodge, and people come to their senses when they realize, oh, this was false information. This person, you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of people who have come out and said, I thought this about this person, because this was what they were accused of, and obviously, boom, 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 like they were manipulated into thinking a certain way, and yeah, now they've literally changed their mind. Not even just changed their mind, they've seen the facts, they understand the facts, and they understand exactly what's going on. So when you think about it, it's like it's not like you can't come back from false accusations when it comes to these type of things. You just have to really be 100% innocent. Like literally be 100% innocent. Now, if there's any doubt that you are innocent, then you know what I mean? That's why it's hard to explain. It's like it's sad. And I'm saying it's sad because of the victims. Because I'm gonna use R. Kelly as a prime. In fact, let me not do that. Let me not compare R. Kelly to Drake. But what I will say is though, like, if Drake really is that upset about this, the best thing he can do is just let this fade out. Do you know what I mean? Let it fade out. It was gonna fade out anyway, but he just brought it back up. When I say that, yeah, you're gonna get some debate who like Kendrick won. You know what I mean? You're gonna get those moments like, you remember when this happened, this happened. You're gonna get those moments because it was a big battle, like a very big battle. Anyway, let me just continue real quick because I'm still on page 8. Uh, as one expert on conspiracy theories explained, there's always been a certain amount. Okay, so I read that. UMG understands just how dangerous these kind of false allegations are. Indeed, when it comes to allegations against UMG and executives, they have not hesitated to take legal action against the accusers. Do you know why they can do that? It's because they are not rappers, they're not singers, they're actually, you know, civilians. And because they're civilians, they can get away with doing lawsuits like that. You know what I mean? Like they can get away with trying to make sure that that person pays the price for falsely accusing them of something. That's that's I'm not. There's rules for everything, and that's one of the unwritten rules. Yeah, if you're a rapper, you cannot sue your company, not let alone to the person you battled against and you lost to. And it's funny because the funny thing, not funny, the thing about lawsuits is like in a if Drake was a civilian, I'm not saying he's not a civilian, but if he was just a regular civilian and he doesn't do entertainment and he's just a normal civilian, yeah. And let's imagine uh, Kendrick Lamar, normal civilian, and then they made that accusation at the workplace. Then fair enough, they may have a case and they can go to court, and whatever happens. If he decides to go to court, take the company into to court instead of taking the person that accused them, they're fair. It's fair, whatever. Like I'm not, and yeah, you can say that's snitching. I mean, is it really? But as far as because if you're a civilian, you're a civilian, and if you're not if you're not doing a life of crime with those involved that's accusing you of something, of a crime, then it's not really snitching. The snitch is only anyway. I won't go too deep into that, but you get the point I'm trying to make. I feel like what Drake is doing, he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's actually doing the wrong thing. And I don't think he understands at this point. I could maybe he understands now, but I don't think he really understands. He's gonna have a huge wake up call, and it's gonna be way too late by then, way too late because now this is open the Pandora's box, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? Um. So UMG understands that this days. Okay. UMG understands just how dangerous these kinds of allegations are. Indeed, when it comes to allegations against UMG and its executives, they have not hesitated to take legal action against the accused. Just last year, UMG and Sir, it's Lucian Grange, I'm not going to call him Sir, uh, were accused in their words without the slightest factual basis of aiding and abetting Sean B. Diddy Combs in a criminal enterprise, or criminal Acts, moving to dismiss the complaint against them. UMG and Lucien Grange argued that the accusations were offensively false allegations of criminal behavior that would be libelous per se if not contained within legal filing. Lucien Grange called the allegation against him knowingly and maliciously false and defamatory. Solution Grange also explained that a single lie can destroy reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build a reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes. Um, thus recognizing that false allegations against him might interfere with his efforts to lead honorable and personal and professional life. Uh, Lucien Grange promised to pursue those who have made these outrageous allegations against him. And again, if there's a defamatory claim that you have that's being made. So basically, if someone accuses you of something, especially something like that, you're well within your rights to actually file a lawsuit, especially defamatory lawsuit, and you got to basically prove that they were trying to defame the character, whether it's for whatever reason. And the issue with this problem is they're talking about aiding and abetting. And to some degree, yeah, he is getting early in the betting. If you buy music from, for example, let's use Drake an example. If you buy his music and let's say he is guilty, you're technically aiding and abetting. You know what I mean? You're technically aiding and abetting, and it's sad, but like I said, that's just how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Um, where is this whole thing I was on? So, uh, in stark contrast, when Drake confronted UMG about its role in promoting allegations of misconduct, excuse me, lacking the slightest factual basis against him, UMG refused to do anything to help. Instead, UMG continued to republish and promote defamatory material even after Drake had unequivocally denied the allegations in public and had communicated that in private to UMG. Okay, but this is the issue here. Yes, Drake has denied it in public. Yes, Drake has denied it in public on record, like literally in a recording, and the actual song that he released from one of his albums, but also on the song the Heart Part 6. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And you have to think about it in the sense of, okay, yes, that someone's making these claims against you, allegedly. Yeah. However, when you think about it in as a whole, as a rap battle, he also made def. See, here's the other thing, because even the part of the lawsuit he mentioned in Euphoria, "Tell no lies about me." Don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell. What's it? Something. Oh, I forgot the bar again. Tell no lies about me, and I won't tell truths about you. So basically, saying if you. So I get it. He's trying to insinuate that, oh, because I lied about you. See, this is the other thing. Because I lied about you, you're now telling the truth about me. But it's not the truth, it's the lies. Congratulations, you played yourself. Do you see how easily that can be disproved? Because it's like, hang on, if you know he's lying, why are you fighting the lawsuit in the first place? Oh yeah, I get it, defamation lawsuit. Okay, understandable, but you know these are lies. So if you know these are lies, there is no lawsuit here. You just need to let this go. That's all you gotta do. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Uh, in stark contrast, blah blah blah. I read that. Even after Drake, okay, read that. Drake informed UMG of the tangible harm and the communicated in private to UMG. Drake informed UMG of the tangible. Okay, I read that harm and publication and promotion of the recording and caused him, including violent threats and reputational and financial damage and more. Yet UMG still chose money over safety and what well-being of its artists, notwithstanding the public commitment in behaving honorably with um and with honorably and with honesty and setting the right tone in all we do. So I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can do. Let's see if I can do like just one stream that's going through it all because I've gone past my time limit for doing this because I've got to go on my other stream. Um, do you know what I mean? But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Like, it's kind of scary that Drake would do something like this. I can't even lie. You know what I mean? But anyway, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification. Yeah, yeah. And by the way, shout you out for watching as well.